Hey folks, welcome back to GalCiv. Alright, thank you to everyone who's watching, by the way. I just want to say that at the start of the video. It's been really helpful because people have been showing me, some stuff that I've missed. The big one I think I've probably missed is just kind of misunderstanding how some of the bonuses work. So often these assets give you bonuses and they also give you points towards certain things. So they might give you a +1 food point, but they also give you a 10% overall bonus to those accumulated points. Okay, I wasn't looking at this carefully enough, and this is typical of me, by the way. When I'm learning a game, I don't always try to figure out the mechanics just, kind of number by number when I'm playing. I tend to just sort of play it and then just sort of figure it out as I go along. But I think I've got a little bit too deep into playing it without really sort of being careful enough to look at some of this stuff. So thank you. I can't remember who it was who pointed that out, but yeah, that's really, really helpful. The other thing is the knock-on effect is that I've kind of been misusing these culture bases. So these also give you a couple of culture points, or a culture point plus the one that the module gives you, but they also give you a percentage to your influence growth here, and that's pretty critical because they need to be put into, they need to be put in your existing culture essentially. So yeah, I've kind of made a bit of a mistake here. Now the Yaw are going to be pushing me back in Clarke. I'm likely to lose this planet unless I get some star bases in there and make use of this large culture bonus that it's already pushing out. Now you'll see that the Yaw are pushing on us here, and I don't think that I should be pushing them back here because I'm pretty sure that my culture is much stronger than theirs. Yeah, like we're 41, so we should be pushing them back here. I'm not quite sure how that works. If it's a core world, I think it might be that the Yaw just don't get culture pushed, in which case, yeah, I've kind of made a mistake. Now, usually when I make mistakes of this kind of magnitude, I probably would restart just because, I've put a lot of investiture in this, and yeah, I'm kind of thinking that might be a good plan. The only problem is, obviously, people who are watching are going to feel invested in this particular series. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to play on for a bit and just see how it goes, right? If it looks like I'm going to be, if the Yaw sort of take this and then I've kind of wasted all this investiture in all of this and they start beating me, then I probably will eventually just restart. But I'm going to play on for a while and we'll see how it goes, because I'm going to treat this as a learning exercise essentially, and hopefully it's been enjoyable for you guys to watch. And if I do restart, I'll just start playing immediately and I'll just start a new series, that's kind of like something that I do with games like Conquest of Elysium, where there's a fairly high loss rate. And I've learned just to take the loss and laugh. Usually I usually find it hilarious, and then I'll just carry on and I'll just play again, and that's the way to do it. And usually I'll just keep playing until I win. It depends though. It depends. Like if the game's been really, really good and I lose, then I'll just call it a loss and then and start something else. All right, let's get back into this game. So Kindar 2, we've got an idle core world here. Now we've got an idle shipyard here notably, and what I think I need to do with this one, this is relatively close to Iconia. I think we need to put up a constructor ship here, and I'm actually going to rush that one, because if we get this constructor out fast, we might be able to save Clarke here. We'll send that over and we'll get it through. We should be able to just get it through Iconia, the Yaw's worlds. If they complain, well, that's up to them. Now, you'll notice that these guys are actually, the Clarke here is actually in crystalline territory, and it's the crystallines that are kind of pushing back on us here, I think. Yeah, it is. Look, it's the Yaw. You'll see this from this tooltip. Crystalline have got 56% of the influence. We've got 44%, and the Yaw are only 1%. So I'm thinking that these guys are... Yeah, it's saying foreign influence in this world has become so high that the population has begun to rebel. Now, I was under the understanding from a comment and from vague memory from playing GalCiv 3 that the Yaw don't really suffer from this problem. However, we'll see. We will soon find out, because that should culture flip over to the crystalline. If they're not going to, then, that just shows that the Yaw are actually immune to it. However, I think that... I'm not sure how it will work with these colonies. You might find that I do actually take these. If I don't, I'm going to have to take them by force, basically. But yeah, look, we've got this culture starbase here, and this is going to be doing a little bit more. That's a mining starbase. Okay, get back to where we were. So, we've got a Phantom, short-range superiority fighter. I think I'm going to move that one up to Kindar. No, actually, I'll keep it at Earth for the time being. We're just going to get a small fleet of fighters. They're not going to be very strong fighters, but let's also get a constructor out here. We're gonna send a couple of bases up here if we can, and yeah, we also need some asteroid ships for those eventually. Okay, we've got a freighter here. Now, if I remember right, I think we sent one to Leyland here, or Laland here. Really what we want to do is send one to somewhere that's quite far away. So Brachyura here, this would be a good bet. Let's send those guys off that way. Okay, so you see them going. We've got a trade offer from the Crystalline. They want open borders and space doctrine. And they're going to give us Helios or Thulium. Let's see if we can... Well, first let's go to Persuade. Let's see if this... Yeah, look at this. You're very persuasive. And then, actually, that's just made things worse. This is bugged. Either that or I'm just not understanding how it's working. But I think that might be bugged. So let's go to... Let's see what we can get. They wanted open borders. And... What was it? Space Doctrine. Excuse me. And they've got centralized administration. Will they give us that? No. Okay. I mean, I don't mind giving them open borders. Hopefully these are quite friendly, at least for the time being. Can they give us credits for this? Okay, so they're not going to give us many credits. Okay, that's all they're going to give us. They're going to give us 100 credits split over 50 turns. Okay, so we've got open borders with them, which means that we can technically get around them if we need to now. Okay, Kindar 2. So we've still got this choice to make here. So we probably want to increase either manufacturing or... Oh yeah, food might be useful too. Now this is a decent place for food, look. Yeah, we've got to get rid of these slums as well. These are growing too fast. Yeah, can we destroy this? I think we can. We will lose a population cap, which means we'll be overpopulated, which isn't great. It looks like these are growing so fast that we were just getting, you know, slums building up all over the place. What to do about this? I don't think there's a lot we can do about it. I mean, we can try to build more... We can try to tear the slums down and build housing districts on them, but, you know, it's going to take a while. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about that. Maybe we just try and put another housing district up. And just see if we can keep on top of this. We might end up with just a crazy slum planet, which could be quite amusing. Okay, so we've got a couple of freighters moving through. Okay, this is the top 5 GDP. So we've got the Manti Cluster and the Drath Freehold in that list of 5. Okay, we want these guys in here. Who do we want? Social, probably. I don't know if this affects the ships inside the bases. I'm going to assume it does. Let's just hope it does. And we'll get this constructor moving over here to Clarke. And we're going to put this down on the borders of Clarke. Which is going to increase the output of their culture in a big way. Alright, now on Earth. Let's have a look at what we got. I'd like more income if we could get it. Our income's pretty low. Food is also becoming a bit of an issue though. We're going to get more population soon, so maybe food might be something to build here. The thing is, I didn't really want to specialize this into a food planet necessarily. I think research would probably be a better bet here. We've got this capital mainframe, look. We can probably bang another research district here. Now this is just going to increase the percentage of research, so I don't know if that's going to be a big deal. Alternatively, could upgrade the research, which will improve the levels. That was something I was working towards, so I might just do that. Let's get that one up. Okay. Yeah, we got the TAS discovery here. I think I actually clicked on this, so let's just put back on survey. We've got another constructor. Let's get another oh no, we can't do this on Kindar, I don't think. Actually, you know what? This might be the best place just to... yeah, okay. Population not changing. This is interesting. Yeah, so I'll put a housing district up. What we'll do then is... This is a good opportunity. The population isn't going to change now. I guess because the growth rate, because we've not got enough people on here. That's good. That means we can get the housing district up and then we can demolish the slums. So, yeah, I didn't actually plan it this way, but it seems that, you know, this is a good plan for sending off your colonies, or your colonists. Let's get... I'm tempted to get a supply ship up so that we can send that off to Clarke 2, or is it 3? I forget which one it was. Yeah, to Clarke, and then we can sort of build up some infrastructure on there. The other thing is we could do is just really go into freighters for trade, and since we're playing kind of like a relatively peaceful game, that might be a wise idea. Okay, let's roll the turn on. Yeah, I'm keen to see how this one plays out, actually. We got here. Okay, got Festron coming in. Where are the Festron? Oh, there they are. There's a colony of Festron here. Alright. Got your supply ship there. See if we can get these guys through. Okay, this is these guys don't seem to have influence. I guess that's because it's a minor world. Oh, yes, they do. Oh, my bad. So they're phalanoids. That's interesting. Okay, so I was misreading this. This is the actual influence, where the influence is coming from, I guess. Yeah, it looks like I think I was right. I think the commenter was right. I think that. Oh, hold on. Have we taken Garnet? No, we've got access to Garnet 2 though. Garnet 1 is still holding out in the influence here. Okay, but we could get a colony ship up. So we're getting a constructor here at the moment. I'm actually going to get a colony ship up next, and we'll see if we can colonize. Well, we'll colonize Garnet 2 here. Okay. I'm just seeing what this command ship's doing. Okay, that's still carrying on doing the surveying. It's been nearly 5 years since we left our star system to explore the galaxy. We are no longer vulnerable to planet-wide extinction events, and we have brought life, our life, to new worlds. Celebration is held on each of our worlds. It is a time for our people to reflect on the progress we made to get to this point. Stories are told of the dreams of thousands of years of our ancestors being realised by our generation, and we are excited to see what the next year brings. Okay, this is a festival then, and 10 culture points, and then we also get plus 20% approval for 10 turns, which is really good. So it's a nice little boost that you get 5 years into the game. Okay, let's carry on to the next turn. Okay, so just while I'm going to stop, and I know people don't like me to get off topic for too long, but I want to say that I really like GalCiv because the game gives you interesting choices and has tension even when you're not at war. So, you know, we can argue the toss over whether, you know, the war that I'm in with the Yor is, you know, it's obviously not a kinetic war, but we're certainly in a culture war. And I think that there are very few 4X games that do stuff like this well. I don't think Stellaris does this kind of stuff as well, in my opinion. At least from my memories of it. I've not played it for a few years now, but I don't remember Stellaris being this exciting when it came to the non-combat aspects, and Stellaris has got an awful war system as well, which is one of the reasons why I don't play it. Like, I'm a war-focused player, but there needs to be some kind of war going on, whether it's combat or whether it's, you know, the culture war, whether it's an exploration race, you know, like a prospecting sort of push to try to get all the best resources. 4X games are about warfare of some kind, and I know some people hate to hear that, but it's true. It's war. Whether you're fighting or whether you are competing, it's always one big competition. It's a big game, and I think that this game really strikes a great balance between, you know, between all of those X's of the 4X, if you see what I mean. But it kind of really shows you all of those X's are still all part of, you know, they're just sort of different vibes of extermination. They're all working towards the whole goal. What GalCiv doesn't do so well is the actual combat itself, and I believe that that's something that's being worked on. Now, they're never going to put... Stardock will never put tactical combat in this game. Brad has said that. Excuse me. Brad has said that, yeah, I'm not going to put tactical combat in GalCiv. It won't work. It doesn't belong in the game. And I agree with him, actually. I think that there's just too much going on in this game for tactical combat to work. It would be such a slow-paced game if you did. This is way bigger than Master of Orion and Master of Orion 2. There's so much more going on in it, and I just don't think that will work, and I agree with him. However, the way that the combat plays out at the moment is a little bit too simplistic still, and I think that people want more from it. Now, what I would like would be some kind of Conquest of Elysium style thing where you pick your fleet, essentially, and then you... the fleet composition is kind of how the battle plays out, but that's exactly how it works now. However, I just think that it could be a little bit more engaging with the way that it plays out, rather than just a bunch of dice rolls. I see in Conquest of Elysium where you have these, you see the positioning of the troops actually matters, even if the game actually automatically puts those, you know, those troops into position. You don't get any say over that. You still get say over the composition. And I think that would be a really good way of doing things. But I don't know if that's what's going to happen. I think not. I think that the changes that they've got planned are probably going to be a little bit less, less intense than that. Anyway, we have a trade offer from the Drath. What do these dragon guys want? By the way, look at this animation. Isn't this absolutely amazing? When people are trying to tell me that Age of Wonders 4 has got better graphics, and I'm like, no, no, it hasn't. Don't get me wrong, Age of Wonders 4 is cool, and it does look gorgeous in places, but man, not like this. This is something else. We have a trade offer for you. It's simple and easy to understand on the surface. You should have no misgivings. Oh, I love it when people tell me how to think. Okay, let's see what we've got. Should we see if we can persuade him, and then we'll end up getting a negative bonus. What do we got? Trade. They want trade networks. Well, they're already one of the richest factions, so I don't know if that's good to give them. But they are going to give us Starbase Refinery, colonial bureaucracy, open borders, and improved life support. Actually, this is a good... Or they also want exploration treaty. I think this is quite a good deal for us. Now, they can get... Look, I mean, trade networks... That is going to make them stronger, there's no doubt about it. But perimeter scanners, orbital replicators, and modules +2 on Starbase Refinery is pretty cool. Colonial bureaucracy will also give us bureaucratic officers. If I remember right, that's a decent upgrade for your reach of your colonies. And improved life support is going to give us ship range. Yeah, these are way out of my ability to be able to research easily. I think we should accept this. This is a good deal from Embrius Draken here. I'm glad that we could come to an agreement, he says, and I agree. Okay. We've got an empty Empire policy slot. 4 of 7. Okay, let's just have a quick look what we can get. Research might be good, but the problem is the gross income that's a problem for us. 20% research, man. Like, that is a big research bonus. I'm just reluctant to bulk my... to put such a big modifier on the income, because that's significant. Genius grants gives +1 research at -10 gross income. Wow, so there's a lot of stuff where you can really trade money for research if you want to. We've got free trade, which will give trade route income 25% at the cost of crime. That would be good. Military stimulus will give you 20% military cost of gross income. Yeah, so a lot of these are, again, manufacturing +20% for gross income. I think that these are all pretty serious. They're pretty serious decisions. -5% control per turn, but gross income +20%. I'm honestly tempted to go for that one because we need money. So let's go for that. By the way, you don't have to pick these immediately, but I'm not thinking about it mega hard, as you can tell. Let's have a look at the cultural progress tree. We've actually got some culture points we can unlock. Free freighter and a trader citizen might be useful. +2 starbase range. Yeah, leaders costing less to hire is pretty good. 10% approval boost on the walls. I think we're alright for approval at the moment. Now, our citizens no longer generate crime. That could be pretty good. +3 research after surveying an anomaly. I think that's a really good one. We've got kindness, which is an approval bonus based on compassion. This one gives us 3 supply ships. That's a pretty good one too. We can use that to build up our colonies quite quick. So supply ships, by the way, they give you a flat resource boost basically to the colony that it lands on. We can get +3 diplomatic capital per turn. Now this would be good for us because diplomatic capital you can use to trade for all sorts of things. By the way, the idea of diplomatic capital, I don't think I've seen this in any 4X game. So, you know, when I'm talking to people and they're asking, you know, what is GalCiv doing that's new? It's adding all sorts of stuff to the genre that is new, in my opinion. That's one of them. This is building on a system that we kind of had in Fallen Enchantress, by the way. And I think people raised their eyebrows when I said that I thought the Fallen Enchantress is a good game. Because it is flawed, right? But it brought a lot of new stuff to the table. It's kind of old now, too. That's going to give us 2 additional tiles on every planet. I don't need to worry about that yet. Plus 20% resistance with shared belief. That would be good if we do end up going to war. I'm not interested in malevolence yet. Okay, tolerance will give us core worlds plus 100 influence. Yeah, this is a good one to go for. But I think for the time being, was it innovation we wanted? Yeah, because there are still plenty of anomalies going around. We've actually got the opportunity to go for some more as well. All colonies generate influence. That might be good for us. So let's go with fairness then. So this is a plus 10% approval bonus on all worlds. Now, I think our approval is fairly good at the moment, if I remember right. Oh, okay, it's not that great. So 70% at the moment. Okay, we might just be able to get this starbase here before Iconia push back on Clarke. Let's have a look at this here. Let's just get a bit closer in so we can see what we're doing. Oh, okay, so we've researched the Avenger missile system. Missile systems enable on-the-fly targeting adjustments. Sorry, missile systems enable on-the-fly targeting adjustments, rendering most forms of evasive maneuver pointless. This new Avenger system will show how dangerous and flexible missile warfare can be. Alright, this is quite an early level tech. Orbital mines. We've got xenobiology and defensive studies. This gives us hull plating. Let's go for xenobiology because this allows us to upgrade our housing, which might be something that we need on some of our planets. I would like to go for the defensive stuff soon. Okay, we look like we've got credits, but yeah, they've not put the description in here. Just bearing in mind, guys, that this Supernova version still is in early access. I should probably make that clear. We are interested in trading this with you. They want trade networks, hyperwave radio, and universal translator for xenobiology, precursor archaeology. Nope. I'm not giving you that. That's not good for me. Okay, we've almost got our freighter through your territory. We've just got to get our constructor through next. You're not going to like that, by the way. If we just kind of have a quick look at, by the way, how we're doing. It's only the Manti and the Drath that seem to be outpacing us at the moment. These ships are all moving around. Okay. Advance to the next turn. Alright, we're almost here into our territory. Let's get there in one turn. Yep, we can. Okay, so we were boarding a constructor from Earth. We want one with a decent social, I'd say. Yeah, they can go. Okay. And then we'll get those guys out in the same, doing the same job. They're going to get up to Clarke, and hopefully we can push back this social push that we're getting, this culture push. I'm not quite sure what culture machine like you're are going to be pushing out, but there you go. Might be some kind of crazy transhumanist agenda. Freighters are being made, but it's asking us to improve a region, so Kindar 2's the one with the slums, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to tear down this. Let's tear down this slum now, and yeah, we're going to get another citizen up in 3 turns. We need to get this up kind of quick. So what we'll do is we'll get another housing district up. I think this one's growing really, really fast. I They got quite high approval. Still just about got enough food. Let's get another housing district up here. Fact. Yeah, we'll put it up here. Look, and we're gonna have to rush this one. Okay, we're gonna get that up. So that gives us 4 out of 5. So we're growing quick. I think we probably should get some more colonists out from here. Yeah, now I think our logistics is going to be pretty high. I don't remember where it is that you see logistics now. Where would we see this? Perhaps in the shipyard. Leaders, cultural progression. Okay, stats I think it would be under. Okay, maybe not. I'm not quite sure where it is that you see the logistics now. I think logistics is usually scaled to the side of the ship, but I think that affects how... I can't actually remember how the logistics works in this one now. But I think I don't actually know. Like I remember it being something to do with the fleet size and how much they cost in GalCiv 3. I don't know if that's translated directly across. Maybe somebody who's watching knows a little bit better than me can figure that one out. We've got a survey report. There's an extension matrix in the capsule, a rare ship upgrade that will increase the weapon range of the ship it's upgraded with. What are your orders? This is to Curiosity. I'm tempted to sell that because I don't want to be using the Curiosity in war really, unless I can help it. Okay, we've got another reason to improve already. What are we actually going to be doing with this world? We want some income, don't we, I think? That'd be nice. Alternatively, we could just get rid of these slums again. Put up more proper housing. I think I'll just try and make this a wealth planet. It's not going to be much good for food anyway, so we just put up more housing. And then once that's built, we'll tear down the slums, and then we'll try and send some more people off, you know, colonists off. Just kind of get on top of this crazy population push we've got. With minimal ceremony, the first of your trading frigates pushes away from its slip. When it returns, it will contain a small portion of the galaxy's wealth. First in what will surely be a long series of profitable exchanges for your people. Okay, we actually got that a little while ago, but... Vicky Arts has captured an illegal group of Manti citizens on Cryo 1. They claim to be religious missionaries, but had a small stockpile of weapons and their belongings, which they say were for defense. Vicky Arts has imprisoned them and has requested permission to begin interrogating them. Manti claims that they are innocent and demands that they are released immediately. We could give her more loyalty, but with authority, or we can get +2 relations with the Manti for 50 turns and raise individualism. Let's just release them. We're going to be trying to be nice to people in this one. When I say people, I mean to bugs. We're going to have to be nice to the bugs too. Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get this... Yeah, about here. Probably is a good place for it. Okay. Communication Starbase going up. And we're going to get the Cultural Awareness Centre. Do we want to put scanners on there? We've got a fair amount of modules. Yeah, why not? Okay, so this is going to be boosting our output now. 16.7 it's saying. Where are we? Approval. That's the input and the output here. Influence, yeah. Oh yeah, so the Deep Space Starbase look is giving us 20% bonus plus 2. Okay. By the way, I gotta say, I don't know if you guys can hear the music very loud on this, but the music in this game is so good. This really floats my boat, man. Alright, we're about at the end of the episode. Let's just finish this turn. This debris field marks a former minefield, perhaps a neutral zone between two long forgotten galactic empires. The mines are of curious design, bristling with high-velocity cannons capable of perforating all but the thickest armour. Although most of the mines are non-operational and of little use, one is still active. The crew want to salvage the demolitions to upgrade the ship's weapons. Okay. Or we could upgrade... We could start the upgraded kinetic mission. Yeah, Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we've got a new mission. Our explorers have discovered an alien kinetic system. Given enough time to study, our scientists will believe they can improve our own related technology. So we need to research the serrated munitions technology. All right, we'll get that later. Yeah, we'll probably get the option of that shortly. Okay, folks, I'm going to end the episode here anyway. So yeah, I'll try to keep the episodes for about half an hour. I've noticed that people seem to respond both, best if it's about half an hour. So, but I'm open to feedback on that as always. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the series. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will catch you in the next episode. Take care.